Drake hails from Toronto, Canada, and has had a very successful career in the entertainment and music industry. Before becoming a big-name rap star, Drake first rose to prominence after starring in the hit TV show Degrassi: The Next Generation as the paralyzed character Jimmy Brooks. Despite his successes, Drake has certainly made his share of mistakes, so stay tuned and don't go away, because today we're looking at Drake's worst moments of all time, ranked. So what was all that blackface controversy about? Let's have a look. In 2007, while at a photo shoot, Drake took a photo in blackface with clothing that depicted Jim Crow-era imagery. Naturally, when that photo was leaked by rival rapper Pusha T, it caused quite a stir and some people were very upset. According to Drake, the photo, which millions of people felt was in poor taste, was nothing more than an attempt at trying to shine a light on the struggle of black actors. In a tweet, Pusha T said, "Please stop referring to this picture as artwork. I'm not an internet baby. I don't edit images. This is a real picture. These are his truths. See for yourself." In the tweet, Pusha T provided a link to a gallery by photographer David Leyes. Drake was quick to clap back at Pusha T with a written response. Drake said, "I know everyone is enjoying the circus, but I want to clarify this image in question. This was not a clothing brand shoot or from my music career. It was from when I was an actor working on a project that was about young black actors struggling to get roles, being stereotyped and typecast. This was to highlight and raise our frustrations with not always getting a fair chance in the industry and to make a point that the struggle for black actors had not changed much." But Pusha T was quick to reject Drake's explanation. While being interviewed on a Los Angeles radio station, Pusha T said, "That doesn't change my view at all. You are silent on all black issues, Drake. You don't stand for nothing. You don't say nothing about nothing. You have all the platform in the world. You were so passionate back then? No, you weren't. That's number one. That's what I know." So what is another moment in Drake's career that the rapper would probably like to forget? Let's take a look. Drake once dated megastar Rihanna, and their relationship was essentially an on and off again sort of deal. Many fans of both artists were hoping that the two would end up together, however, that didn't exactly pan out. As of 2020, any romantic spark or connection between the two is virtually non-existent. In a recent interview, Rihanna was asked if she'd be collaborating with Drake on new music, and Rihanna was quick to say no. Rihanna was then asked if she's still cool with Drake, and the Queen of Barbados responded, "We don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. It is what it is." Drake had another dicey relationship with famous exotic dancer Malia Michelle. After Drake and Malia's relationship fizzled out, Malia was quick to open up about the negative aspects of dating the famous rapper. One of the things that really upset Malia was Drake's repeated attempts to control her and try to get her to stop dancing. Malia also claims that Drake shamed her for choosing to be an exotic dancer. Malia called out Drake as hypocritical because everyone knows that he spends a lot of time in strip clubs making it rain and throwing wads of cash around. Malia said, "My only regret is ever trying to explain how much I love dancing and thinking so highly of him. That I let his opinion of me mold my opinion of myself. F that and F you if you got a problem. I remember pleading with him to understand." Stay tuned and don't go away, because at the end of this video, we're going to discuss the #1 worst moment of all time in Drake's career. Trust us, you won't want to miss it. So what are some of the other things that Drake's ex-girlfriends have had to say about him? Let's find out. When Kadia Washington first dated Drake, she was taken aback by how kind and genuine he was. Mind you, when their relationship began, Drake was still on his rise to fame and hadn't quite reached the pinnacle yet. When Kadia was asked what it was like when she first started dating Drake, Kadia had this to say: "I was in love. He was in love. I'm talking family dinners, we in Whole Foods pushing the cart around. It was a regular relationship. But he started getting a little bit too loose. He pops up in tabloids with Malia. Trips to Jamaica that I wasn't invited to and never heard about." Kadia went on to add that the Drake she fell in love with began to change as he reached higher levels of fame, until one day he was no longer the man she fell in love with. Another controversial moment in Drake's career happened when he was involved in a bloody brawl with Chris Brown at a New York City nightclub in 2012. This was all over Drake's ex-girlfriend, Rihanna. The brawl was so violent that the NYPD had to shut down the club for the remainder of the night. The reason for the brawl between the two rappers is because Chris Brown had brutally assaulted Rihanna in his Lamborghini the night before the Grammys back in 2009. But recently, in 2019, Drake decided to squash the beef with Chris Brown, and the pair collaborated together on new rap music. When asked about squashing his beef with Brown, Drake had this to say: "We've come together before and tried to link and make music, and I think we were always kind of forcing it. I think there was always resentment on both sides. You know, really at the end of the day, when you kind of step away from it and break it down, you start to feel silly because it's over girl stuff, you know? But obviously that can snowball into real stuff, and that's what happened in this situation. I think we just both grew up to the point that the person that was in the middle of us is like no longer a part of either of our lives currently, and I have the utmost love and respect for her. I think of her as family more than anything." So is there any truth behind the rumors that Drake has an obsession with underage girls? Let's find out. Many observers have called out Drake for what they consider to be R. Kelly-like behavior, but are these accusations about Drake coming from from jealous haters hell-bent on spreading baseless lies about the rap star, or is there any truth to them? Many fans began suspecting Drake of impropriety when he was seen with Bella Harris, whom he met when she was only 16 years old. Bella Harris, a model, reportedly dated Drake briefly when he was 30, and this isn't the first time that Drake's behavior with underage girls has raised a few eyebrows. At the 2018 Emmy Awards, Millie Bobby Brown, the Stranger Things star, who was 13 at the time, was interviewed about her relationship with Drake. Brown had this to say: "He's a great friend and a great role model. We just texted each other the other day. He was like, 'I miss you so much,' and I was like, 'I miss you more.' He's great." After watching Brown's interview, two questions immediately come to mind. One, what is a 32-year-old man doing texting a 13-year-old girl? And two, why would he tell her that he missed her? And then, of course, there's the video from one of Drake's concerts in 2010 where the rapper brings a 17-year-old girl on stage. He kisses the back of the girl's neck and touches her breast. After, Drake asked the girl how old she was, and she said 17. Drake turns to the crowd and says, "I can't go to jail yet, man." Drake turned back to the girl and said, "Why do you look like that? You thick. Look at all this. I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way your breasts feel against my chest." Finally, what is Drake's #1 worst moment of all time? Drake's #1 worst moment was on Friday, November 5th, 2021, when he and fellow rapper Travis Scott performed at Scott's Astro World Festival in Houston, Texas. At the time of this recording, 10 people have died as a result of the event, all of whom were essentially trampled to death. To make matters worse, not only for Scott but for Drake as well, the artist apparently did nothing as people were being crushed to death and just kept on performing despite screams for help coming from the crowd. The lawsuits are already flying, and Live Nation, Drake, and Scott are being sued for a combined total of billions of dollars. Drake and Scott are both being heavily criticized for not stopping the show, as other performers such as Linkin Park and other artists have done in the past when things get out of hand or unsafe in a massive crowd. Drake and Scott were incredibly irresponsible, and now 10 people have lost their lives. We wish to extend our heartfelt condolences to all those who lost their lives and their families. That's a wrap for today's video, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and hit us with a like and subscribe to our channel, or you'll miss out on more great videos.